Do you find it challenging to maintain visibility and consistency in your branding? Or are you looking to build a strong business foundation and cultivate brand loyalty? Well, these are common challenges that many business owners face and that I face myself. But there's good news. There are solutions to these problems, and I believe that good branding can solve them. Hello, friends. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Shawon Davis, and I'm a brand strategist and small business owner. Here on the channel, I share business and branding tips. I also take you behind the scenes in my business as an entrepreneur. If you find value in today's video, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below. All right, let's dive in. I was on a call with a potential client who was looking to revamp her personal branding with some new photos. And she'd never had a photo shoot before, and she knew that she wanted to start sharing more of the person behind the brand in her marketing. As we chatted more, she mentioned how she always felt confident and personable whenever she attended in-person networking events, and it was easy for people to get to know her and vice versa. But she wanted something more. She wanted to create a brand that would do some of that heavy lifting for her, even before she walked into a room. On our call, I shared with her some of the problems that great branding solves, and what she described sounded like one of them. And this conversation with her led me to creating an entire section and a signature talk that I recently gave on branding in Virginia and in Dallas, Texas. And I want to share a few of those with you today. When I started my business, I thought branding was all about getting the right logo. I went through a lot of them, choosing colors, and also having a pretty website. But I soon discovered that branding goes much deeper. It's the alignment of your vision, your mission, your messaging, your marketing, your client experience, and the visual elements that create a connection, that evoke emotion, that make an imprint in the hearts and the minds of the people you're called to serve, and it magnetizes them to your brand. So all of these things working together, and you want to have alignment threaded through them, right? That brings them together. And I'll tell you, I've learned firsthand how great branding can transform your business and serve you well, even with a pivot, which I made in my business 5 years ago. I went from being a wedding photographer now to offering branding and brand photography here in my studio. But I want to share 3 problems that great branding can solve for your business. So first up, great branding helps you to build a strong foundation for your business. If you've ever built a house or you've seen a home building process on HGTV, I love HGTV. But as you know, you're going to start with the foundation, right? So after the homeowner has gone through maybe constructing plans with their architect, thinking about how they want their home to serve them, how they want it to feel, all of those good things. After everything is drawn up and ready to go, we're going to start with the foundation first. As tempting as it might be to want to maybe start on the interior design, right? Picking out curtains and furniture, all of those things, you really have to start with the foundation first. Then you have the frame, the walls, the roof, like all of these things, right? So it's the same way when it comes to branding. You need a solid foundation to start and to build upon. And great branding is your business's rock solid foundation. It helps you to make the right choices and to be a filter for your business. It helps you to stay true to your core values and your mission, giving you a guide to navigate business decisions. So just as drawing out everything with that architect, laying out the plans, having a foundation, right? Those foundational pieces help that homeowner to make the right decision. You have the size of your windows, so you know the size of the curtains to pick out and so forth, right? So great branding solves that problem. Having that foundation with your branding solves that problem for us as business owners. And when you have great branding, as I mentioned, you're able to stay true to your core values and your mission, giving you clarity about who you are, what you stand for, what sets you apart, what do you want to be known for. Your foundation will also be a guide to navigate navigate through all of those tough decisions in your business, like choosing fonts and logos, the message you want to communicate to clients and potential clients, and the feeling that they get when they think about your brand. So all of these things, right? And I'll say too, if I'd started with this foundation in my business, I would have made better decisions when it came to all of the aesthetic components that we love to start with, but really starting with that foundation will help you to make those decisions for those other things, because you want to create alignment, right? Another thing, great branding solves the problem of feeling all over the place and having a brand that's disconnected, which I just alluded to a little bit. And before I established a clear brand message and identity, my brand was a hot mess. My messaging said one thing, my logo was saying many things. I have actually shown that first logo I made on stage, and oh my goodness, I don't know, maybe one day I'll share it here with you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see my first logo. It was, wow, it was a mess. And I didn't want to show up in too many photos or any photos at all, because I was afraid to put myself out there. So my brand was saying everything. I didn't have any momentum to attract my ideal clients, and I was all over the place trying to figure things out. And when you have great branding that is focused on the right things and connecting all of those pieces that I mentioned earlier, you can ensure that all aspects of your business, from your marketing materials to your social media presence and client experience to your brand photos, are all aligned with your brand. So why is brand consistency so important? I think I just shared some of that. But for starters, it really does build trust with your audience. And when your brand looks and feels the same across all of those touch points, it creates a sense of professionalism and alignment, and it attracts the clients that you want to work with. Consistency also helps to differentiate your business, making it easier for your potential clients to recognize and remember your brand. Remember, it's not just the visual components, it's also your messaging. Like, what are you saying too? Like, it really, when all of those elements are combined, it really makes it easier for your brand to be memorable. Plus, it reinforces your brand's values and your messaging, once again, strengthening your connection with your audience. I think I've said consistency a lot, but at the end of the day, it really does boil down to having that consistency. And this includes your website, your social media platforms, your email communications, and any other touch points that you're having with your clients or target audience. And going back to the very beginning of this video, like what prompted me to think about all of the problems that great branding solves, great branding will also help people to know you, get to know you before you even meet them, before you are even in the room with them, right? Having that face-to-face interaction. But think about it. When you have a strong, consistent brand presence, you're essentially laying this groundwork for building a solid reputation. It's the same thing that I shared on that consult call about putting yourself out there, sharing your face, whether it's through social media, your website, marketing touch points. You're giving people the chance to get to know you. And let's face it, people love to do business with people they know, like, and trust. I'm sure you've heard that before. And they also want to know the face behind the brand. When your audience can see and connect with the person behind the brand, it humanizes your business and it makes it more relatable and builds trust. I don't know about you, but whenever I'm working with a business, especially a service-based business, I want to know who am I going to be working with, right? I'll go to their social media platforms or to their website. I want to learn more about them, right? I want to have some connection before I even get on a call with them. Now, I know what you might be thinking, because I used to feel the same way. I didn't want to show my face. I didn't want to put myself out there. You might be feeling that same way. Are you feeling that same way? Let me know in the comments below. Sometimes you feel like you'd rather just show the service that you offer, the thing that you do, and I'd rather keep a low profile, stay on the sidelines. I used to do that all the time. Let me tell you, I did it. I had to push myself to show up and show my face more. And I'll share this with you. I was a wedding photographer during this period of my business, and I felt that the pretty photos that I was taking at every single wedding day, as long as I was sharing them on my website and my portfolio and on social media, then people, they would connect with those images and hire me based on those images. They didn't want to get to know me. But that couldn't have been farther from the truth. People really did want to know, who was this person that was going to be showing up on their wedding day, right? So think about that for your own business and stepping outside of your comfort zone, right? Because your clients that you want to serve, they're waiting for you. They want to get to know who you are. And I know that stepping into that spotlight, stepping outside of your comfort zone can be daunting. But here's the thing. Building your brand reputation by being visible doesn't mean you have to be the next big social media influencer or constantly taking selfies or the life of the party. It doesn't mean any of those things. It's about being authentic and showing up, sharing your story, sharing your why, sharing your mission, sharing testimonials about your amazing clients. Doing this all in a way that feels good to you and that will resonate with the people that you want to attract. And the results of putting yourself out there can be truly transformative. When you show up consistently and authentically, you'll start to build trust and credibility with your audience. And imagine all of this happening even before they've met you in person. And when you do finally have that face-to-face interaction, whether it's at a networking event or on a Zoom call, you'll already have a foundation of trust established. That's powerful. I love that. If you watched last week's Spring Brand Audit Checklist video, I have a free resource waiting for you in the description below. If you found some value in today's video, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment below. Let me know what resonated with you most. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.